It's week 2 of the 2024 season, and the question is, are you ready for some football? The action is only moments away under the lights on Monday night.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you have quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And here we go on Monday Night Football. Returns looking good so far. And he's well across the 45, almost all the way to midfield before going out. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You're getting more comfortable in the role. And as he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throw on third down. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here he's got to play some clean ball.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
They motion the slot man right. Going to the ground again on first.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Pass play coming here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. He's out in the clear. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Escapes out to the left. He takes it himself. And he carries it in for the touchdown. These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And his guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Our home team, nothing.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Another drive coming up for this offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll run here on 1st down. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them...
Oh, and the rush is too much. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Dropping back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Picked up at the 38. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
This offense making its way back out now. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From midfield now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And that gives them the first. They'll throw it. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. He'll throw it. Throwing the out route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll get him back to 11.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes their offense out again. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Back now, pressure on its way. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 6 and a first down as well. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. The scoreboard reads 14-3. More coming up after this quick break. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Blown back, it's the handoff. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
And a first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Short pass brought in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. Hits him on the out route. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. 2nd and 3 now. They'll throw it again. This one's caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Still sticking with the passing game. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete. So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing it again here. Completes this one to Gray. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
And he's in. Touchdown! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one right down the middle. And these guys push their lead to 18. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return starts at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now outruns their offense to take over. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Back at the 24-yard line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Running back sent in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Finds the in route complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And they'll have first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Short pass caught by his tight end. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This will bring us to the 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Pass play now. And oh, he got it! Interception! And they bring him down after the pick and decent return.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He completes it in traffic. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
That one's complete right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 34. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now from the gun. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they're going to take over possession. They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. From the 36. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Throwing from the gun here. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball.
Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. He's going to throw this one. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. We're at halftime here on Monday night as we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. 31-14, the final. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finds a man right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Looking right, and he finds him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 35 on the pickup. And it'll give him a first down.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. It's second and goal. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Throwing on 3rd and long. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
They are throwing it again. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Handoff now from the gun. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Darius Slay with the stop. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and long for him here. They get to him and bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think we can officially call this pile-on mode. They've been the better group all game. You felt it. This quarterback, well, he certainly felt the brunt of it. The rest of the way, Kate, this may be time to pad those stats and keep on pressing against a group that has had no answers for him up front.
Punting unit out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. they'll come out throwing. Connecting on the slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 1. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hauled in by Gray. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Throwing off the play fake here. Complete out to the right side. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
That's a pickup of 9. And that'll give him a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got first down from the 31. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short pass brought in. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And they're going to have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. He has the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
PAT effort coming up. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And his guys continue piling on to this lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
It's a gain of 12 there, and it'll give him a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Man in motion, headed right. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up first down. He's dropping back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. This one, well, it has been a rough watch for the hometown guys. Their side getting blown out as we begin the fourth. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now looking to throw. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Gets him on the in route. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. They send a tight end in motion. 1st down read option. He keeps it running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
The give here on 2nd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Here's a throw. Oh, no, ball's loose. Ball's loose in the end zone. And the defender's on it. This is a touchdown. These guys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I can hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
That quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys will trail by 25. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. They'll try and throw it here. He's got... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate? It just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Got 46 on his first punch, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. To the air now on 1st and 10. Completes this one to Gray. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. This one's knocked away, so that's incomplete. And now we've got a flag down. This may be against the offense as well.
Holding offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. 1st down, he takes the snap. That's completed right side. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Running back sent in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Hits him on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing it again here. Oh no, they get him yet again! And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one right down the middle. And his guys grow their lead yet again.
Our home team, 10.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 5. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Back now, pressure on its way. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing from the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Recovered by the defense. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. These guys throwing 6 more on the blowout. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy.
Yep.
A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys tack on 7 more to their lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Return starts at the 9. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys in Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got 2 things on their mind. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
And that run very short, only getting to the 27. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It was a great effort from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.